Hello, I'm Kip Walby, and thank you for tuning in to another installment of my COVID-19 weekly update, where I'll let you know what's happening in our city during this extraordinary time in our history and address some of the concerns of our residents. This week, the Macomb County Government website published a map showing reported cases of the coronavirus by zip code. As of April 3rd, 20 cases in zip code 48082 received a positive laboratory result for COVID-19. 37 in 48081 and 33 in 4880. The numbers continue to climb every day as more residents are tested. As you know, the three main symptoms of coronavirus are fever, cough, and shortness of breath. The Center for Disease Control and health, state, and federal officials encourage our citizens to practice good hygiene and social distancing of at least 6 feet between others as a way to help flatten the curve. Keep in mind that this is a rapidly evolving situation, not only for the citizens in St. Clair Shores, but the entire world. Our solution to help stop the spread of the coronavirus is not ours alone. It is shared by the county, the state, the country, and everyone in every nation. Recently, residents approached me with concerns about the city's state of preparedness to effectively manage the anticipated rise of COVID-19 cases in our state. They were concerned about plans for additional medical care, hospital space, medical staff, medical preparation, equipment, and supplies. First, let's remember that we are all in this together. St. Clair Shores does not exist in a vacuum, nor are we alone in this battle. The city is part of a comprehensive Macomb County emergency management team that focuses on an all-hazards approach that brings the most resources to the table to ensure they are ready to respond to disasters. A written plan for the county is officially revised every 5 years with submission to the state as well as the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and adopted by municipalities. It is reviewed at the local level on an annual basis by our local emergency management team. St. Clair Shores Fire Chief James Piper acts as our liaison to the Macomb County Office of Emergency Management. The city has made official requests for equipment, expertise, and personnel throughout the county Emergency Operations Center during previous emergencies and has made resource requests for the current state of emergency. They are, in turn, connected to the state level, EOC, and FEMA. The Army Corps of Engineers is currently scouting locations on behalf of the county for additional facilities if our hospitals exceed patient capacity. The city itself does not have any jurisdiction over hospital usage or space. Our EMS division does have personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as masks, gowns, and gloves, and we have officially requested additional items to ensure continued availability. On behalf of the EOC, we are already obtaining that requested gear from the county's Medical Control Authority. We are also staying in contact with suppliers to help ensure that our current supply does not run out. Late Wednesday, we just received our latest shipment of PPE from the county, which provided enough PPE to cover weeks, not days, worth of calls. Even before this emergency, our city has a great professional relationship with the Macomb County Emergency Management Program. We have taken the following steps to lay the groundwork for our response to COVID-19. Chief Piper attends quarterly and monthly coordination meetings with the Office of Emergency Management. Currently, Chief Piper attends multiple scheduled conference calls each week, as well as a single phone call away from the EOC should any request need to be made. We made an early declaration at the city level to ensure that our leadership had the tools they need to help steer the city through this emergency. The city, in conjunction with the Macomb Emergency Management Office, planned to follow through steps before the crisis hit. Our EMS started to use protective equipment on all calls to reduce the possibility of transmission to our paramedics. This advanced planning ensures the long-term availability of manpower throughout this pandemic. Finally, the city's administration realized the potential scope of this problem and early on conducted coordination meetings to ensure that all essential city services would continue. So to any resident who is concerned about the city's preparedness to manage this crisis effectively, my answer is, with a little help from our friends, we are prepared. Before I sign off today, there are a few more things I want to share with you. First, social distance does not mean social isolation, so find ways to reach out and stay connected. As I mentioned last week, our parks are open. Take a walk with your family or by yourself. Get outside every day for some fresh air and exercise, but always keep a safe distance of 6 feet between you and your neighbor. However, unfortunately, due to poor social distancing by some in the community, the city must close the Kite Monroe basketball courts, the Tony Tizio skate park, and all city-owned playground equipment. We must protect our children from the exposure of coronavirus. Second, as many of you already know by the executive order of the state of Michigan, the golf course must be closed until further notice. Anybody who enters the golf course will be subject to fine. We want to be open as much as you want to play golf, but for numerous reasons, it is important that we follow this order, namely, number one, the health and safety of you and our employees. Number two, as a business, we are subject to fine and license suspension if it is believed that we are not enforcing the order. Thirdly, the conditions of the grounds must be preserved because we do not have the staff to fix ball marks and divots. It should not only be important to us, but to you as a user of the facility. When this is all over and we return to a golf course, we want it in the best shape as possible for the golf season. In the meantime, visit the address you see on your screen to sharpen up your skills with drills you can try at home. We miss you, and I hope to see you soon at the golf course. Thirdly, even when we are in a crisis mode, life does go on. Almost everyone has probably received a slip in the mail reminding you to fill out this year's U.S. Census. This census is the official complete count of the American population, including information about its distribution of age, sex, and living arrangements. It takes less than 5 minutes to fill out the questionnaire. Yes, it is your legal obligation to do it, but it also determines a number of decisions that directly impact you and our city. Did you know that the census results determine congressional, state, and local district boundaries to fulfill the one person, one vote rule? Or the numbers are responsible for health programs and social service funding, or even funds for new roads and improvements to local highways and freeways. We encourage you to fill out Census 2020 form today at the address you see on your screen. It is real dollars to the city of St. Clair Shores. Finally, let us remember the people who are still going to work every day. Our frontline health care workers, without them, we would be in a much worse place than we are now. They are truly the heroes of this strange time. Our police and fire departments are still on the job to keep us safe, and we should do our best to keep them safe by staying home and not making unnecessary calls. Our water and sewer workers, the trash collectors, and all of our city workers are still going to the office to take care of our business and keep St. Clair shores running smoothly. They all deserve our gratitude. Let us be glad that we still have these essential, truly essential workers on the job. 2 Thessalonians says, "Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and in every situation." The Lord be with all of you. Remember, stay home, stay safe, and try not to stress. See you next week with another update.